Welcome back, everyone. I had a question in one of the comments in an earlier video that I would like to address because I think it's really important to one of the best financial opportunities. I mean, certainly it has been in the last year and probably a good portion of this year it will be, but realistically looking forward over 5 to 10 years, this is going to be a space you're going to make a lot of money in. And so as a result, I wanted to kind of answer this question. So the question is, how are DeFis not a solution looking for a problem? What can DeFi offer that regular institutions can't? Bitcoin offers censorship resistance. It can't be confiscated. What does DeFi offer? So I'm super bullish on DeFi. I think it is incredibly apparent that that space is going to grow by a factor of 10 plus for sure in the next 5 or so years. And it's just so much easier when you're riding a wave. And I'm going to contextualize that with the normal financial system, which is, hey, listen, the traditional financial system is super calcified and slow moving. Then you have fintech. We've got all these, the Revoluts and the TransferWise, et cetera, of the world, which are much, much faster moving, innovating, and gaining customers by the millions, right? Then you have DeFi, which makes fintech look slow, okay? And so pace of innovation matters a lot. And I'm going to get into in a second. I've done some previous videos on this. If you want, go and check out those videos. But I'm going to kind of explain how this is a massive opportunity. I'll try to quantify it for you. I'm also going to explain kind of what the use case is, how it's very, very different from kind of traditional finance, although it solves many of the same problems. And yeah, we're going to get into that. Before I do, though, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Really appreciate your subscriptions. Really like that. If you're at all interested in international living, international structuring for your business, how to pay the lowest legal amount of tax, etc., we help you to come up with the best solutions for you, personalized to you. And then we help you to implement those solutions. So forming companies, opening bank accounts, getting payment processing, residencies, citizenships, unofficial citizenships, etc. You can book a call with me, clardy.fm/Michael Rosmer. There's the link in the description below, or you can visit our websites, offshorecitizen.net, offshorecapitalist.com, and you can send us a message through there. Okay, let's dive in. So how do I put this? If you just look at the financial system today, if you start trying to use it, you will find very quickly it is grossly deficient, okay? Let's use a simple example. You want to send any quantity of money internationally. This is a big problem. Like, it's really quite challenging. First of all, just try writing the information in for a SWIFT wire transfer, okay? You need the bank name, you need the bank address, you need the bank SWIFT code, you need the person's name, you need the person's address, you need the person's bank account. Maybe you need intermediary bank information. If you get any of that wrong, it will get declined. You're going to have to do an investigation. It's going to take a bunch of time. By the time it gets there, it could be a few days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then we layer the compliance on top of it, and so on and so forth, right? Like, this goes, it inhibits business more than enables it. Turn around and try sending money, including immense amounts of money, with some sort of cryptocurrency, and it's like instant. It's so quick, it's so easy, etc., right? You basically just fill in one number, which is the wallet address, you authorize the transaction, and whatever, anywhere from a few minutes to a couple hours later, it shows up in the person's wallet address, okay? Like, in their wallet. Very, very easy, okay? Let's take a look at something like stocks, okay? So we just had this GameStop Wall Street bets fiasco thing that happened. One of the problems was that the stocks were overshorted. There was more shorts than there were stocks. Why does that happen? Well, partially that happens because there's a 2-day settlement time on these transactions, and there's no tracking of who actually owns these shares, so they can get shorted multiple times, okay? So if you're in that situation, could you solve that with crypto? Yeah, absolutely can. You can have a record of every stock's ownership, and everything can be settled in real time, basically. Okay, so that's just a radically better way to go. Are you going to go that way over time? Of course you are. Like, why would you have all this bureaucracy, all this risk, all these layers of institutions, etc.? It doesn't make any sense, okay? So over time, that's going to be a big thing. Let's look at another example. let's say I want to go and I have a bunch of gold and I'd like to borrow money against it, right? Let's just say I have $1 million of gold and I say, hey, listen, this is solid collateral. I go to JP Morgan Chase Wealth Management. I say, hey, listen, I'd like to borrow $700,000 against my $1 million of gold. You guys are safe. The documentation and the hassle and the process to do that loan is going to be incredibly frustrating and slow and bureaucratic, etc. I was dealing with a bank in Canada a couple days ago, and I wanted to enable online wire transfers, and I had to talk to them. They're like, okay, well, it'll take 2 weeks for the person to get back to you from cash management. Then they reach out to me. Then they say, hey, listen, here's some information. If you're interested, we'll schedule a call. I'm like, well, give me the details. They're like, well, I can't send you the package until we have a call. And then we go through that, and then they say it's a few days to set it up. Beyond that, like, we're talking about a month-long process to be able to send wire transfers. This is ridiculous, right? So now let's compare to crypto lending. Okay, you go on Aave, you go on BlockFi, you go on Celsius, one of these Nexo, one of these platforms. You know, you can, let's say that you had tokenized gold, right? So you have Pax Gold. Basically, they have an audited vault, and you can own a share of that. You can put it into the lending platform, and you can borrow up to certain loan to value in like minutes. Okay, boom, like that. So it's just 100 times better. And if you just think about this, think about the future of the world 10 years from now. Are you going to go the way that's 100 times better, or are you going to go through all this nonsense, which, by the way, keeps getting worse? You're going to go this way, right? The crypto lending space, guaranteed, is going to be at least $100 billion, if not trillion-dollar market. It will be a huge market, for sure. You're going to have more and more assets in that form. People are going to want to borrow against them. There's going to be this platform that enables you to do it seamlessly, super fast, super quick, super easy. That's going to happen. So right now we're in a bull market, and it's questionable how high things will go, whether market caps are ahead. Arguably, market caps are way ahead of reality. And certainly they will probably be more so later on in the year. And it will take years for the actual on the ground what's happening to catch up to the hype and enthusiasm within the space. But beyond that, there is a huge opportunity for people who engage in the space to stay in touch with it, not thinking just so much about, hey, listen, am I buying and holding some asset or something like that, but the opportunities that are coming out of a changing world where financial technology is being decentralized and democratized and advanced super, super quickly is profound. Basically, the financial services industry is arguably the biggest industry in the world, certainly one of them, right up there with energy would be another one. There's a couple. Huge industry, right? So that industry is going to be massively disrupted. If you are somebody who wants to take advantage of opportunities, like there's just so many in that space. If you're in the marketing space, hey, you can help to market these projects. If you're in the development space, you can help to do technical development. You can get pieces of these projects. If you're in the financial space and you want to help, innovate or bring projects or investors or whatever, there's opportunities there. If you're somebody who's totally unrelated, who wants to turn around and just invest directly, there's that. I had somebody mention in a group that I'm in the other day, they were paying $1,000 per article to write articles on the subject. Like, just so many opportunities. And so, yeah, the bottom line is it a solution searching for a problem? No, I think the problems are super apparent right now. You can just go and try using the existing financial system, and one after another, after another, after another, you're going to find all kinds of problems, all kinds of deficiencies. And right now, the stage that you're at is that they're building a lot of the base layer, a lot of the kind of pieces that enable other things, right? So liquidity is limited, liquidity is divided between lots of different areas, there's vulnerabilities in code, there's all kinds of problems right now, right? This is like what computer gaming was like during the days of MS-DOS. Okay, I remember sitting there I wanted to play, Ultima 7 or something, and I had to edit autoexec-bat, edit config sys in order to modify, to try to free up some cache so that I can run the application, right? Like there's a ton of friction in the space right now, but that's going to get abstracted away over the next 4 or 5 years. And the flood of money and opportunity that is going to come in the wake of that is tremendous, and it's going to make a lot of people very, very rich. So anyway, I hope that answers the question. I hope it gives you kind of a sense of the opportunity that is out there. And if you have questions about it, please reach out to me or put comments below. If you have some video you'd like to see me make, please let me know about that. Again, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.